What is up, everyone? Bobby Kicks back in the mix for Kickstory Podcast. It's good to be back on another live stream, guys. We have a special guest joining us in a couple of minutes, so I just want to get the crowd going. Hopefully, you're all having a great week so far. It is Wednesday, right? I'm losing track of my days, but thank you guys for tuning in. We're going to be having a special guest talk to us about their kick stories, as we like to do every so often on these live streams. So thank you once again for all this love and support we have received so far on this journey of Kickstory Podcast. If you don't know, if you're new to the channel, we go into the personal stories and history behind the kicks, behind the sneakers that we all love, right? So that includes any brand, any era. So if you have a kick story, if you have a personal story or a piece of history you want to share, we're the channel for you. So that's what Kickstory is all about. That's why we exist. What's up, Joshua? What's up, guys? Thank you for tuning in all the way from Perth, Australia, down south, Mr. Joshua. If you don't know who he is, he's a MJ toy collector. I don't want to say toy collector. It's more like a figurine collector. Because when you say toys, it kind of feels like a little playful, right, too? So, yeah, salute to you, Joshua. Thank you for all the support and all the love that you showed down south. You're a cool dude. So check out his page. He has some really cool figurines, rare stuff of Michael Jordan stuff that you've never seen before. So check him out. Again, I'm getting the crowd warmed up, just getting the crowd, caught up to speed on what's going on with Kickstory Podcast. We will be having a special guest coming up pretty soon. Goatee will be joining me as well too. He's probably getting himself ready, but I'm just here making sure that you guys are aware of what's going on. And thank you guys for all the new followers. You guys have been super awesome because obviously you see something that you like what we do, and we want to bring more of that type of content to you too. So thank you guys for following, for subscribing, for commenting, for sharing all of our content. And that reminds me, make sure to go to kickstorypodcast.com, okay? kickstorypodcast.com. You'll see links to all of our channels, audio, video, and ways you can support our channel by buying some Rejuvenator gear behind us. We have a special discount code for you guys, so you can save 20% off on all things Rejuvenator to keep your kicks looking awesome, because that's very important when it comes to just having some special kicks in your collection, right, too. So take advantage of that code. Go to kickstorypodcast.com. There's a link. You click on that link, and then that code is already in your cart. So when you check out, it's already there. And if it's not there, it's Kickstory Podcast 20, all in one word. Kickstory Podcast 20. We will get 20% off all things Rejuvenator, okay? So check that out. And there's another way you can support our channel by just going through PayPal. There's a PayPal link. You can donate any amount you want. And it just goes a long ways, because obviously this podcast takes a lot of resources and time to really produce. And any help you can throw our way financially is always appreciated too. So take that into consideration in ways you can support too. So we know times are tough, when it comes to financial stuff. So all good. If you can, great. If you can't, all good. Just share our content at least. Follow, subscribe, and just let people know, hey, Kickstory Podcast is where it's at. So, that's something that I want to put out there too. I bought a very player and watched the MJ. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I'm glad you watched that VHS tape. Yeah, man. So, it just brings back a lot of memories too. So, yeah, VCR, that's where, yeah, old school stuff, man. You know how I do. So Bobby Kicks here. If you guys don't know me, I'm a vintage, nostalgic type of collector. I love all things MJ. MJ is the GOAT. He has definitely transformed my life and the way I see sports and basketball specifically, and obviously the kicks and the fashion too. So, grew up in the 90s, born in the 80s, grew up in the 90s, and collected, as far back as I can remember. I got my first pair of Nikes or Jordans back in 93, 94. So that was my era too. So a little bit, about who I am too. So there it is. Once again, we're going to be doing a live stream interview with Mr. Ayo Johnny Boy. So he's from Colorado. I don't want to steal his spotlight, but he'll be coming on the podcast pretty soon, and we're going to dive into his kick story, and it's going to be a great time, as we like to do every so often. If you're interested to be a future guest, DM us, and we'll get you on the schedule. I mean, there's a lot of maneuvering when it comes to scheduling, so we try to get as many people as we can. There you go, you saw it. We're trying to thank you guys for joining in. We're trying to get as many people as we can to interview, because everyone has a kick story to share, right? Everyone has a love for this kicks. That's why we're here. I'm the kid from Arizona basketball. What's up? Oh, what's up, kid, man? What's up, man? How you doing? Yeah, we were playing some outdoor basketball with some local kids around, so we were just shooting, and hooping around. That was fun. That was a good time. Big Macadocious. What's up, man? ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Espero que estás bien allá desde Colorado hasta acá en Arizona. Y pronto nos vemos otra vez, ¿ok? Saludos a todos allá. So I will bring on Ayo Johnny Boy once he gets on this live. I'm waiting for Goatee to get back into the mix right now. Salute to you too as well, Vance. Thank you very much for joining us as well too. And let's see here. Yeah, a lot of people coming up. Awesome. Thank you very much, guys. So thank you for all the love and support. Go to kickstorypodcast.com. Make sure to get you some Rejuvenator gear for 20% off. Keep those gems that you have in your collection looking awesome, because I enjoy wearing my stuff. And sometimes you want to clean them, make sure that they're, looking good, and put them back where they need to be, because it's kind of expensive to repair, to replace shoes, Go through $200, $200+ now for a pair of shoes, and why not keep them clean for a couple of bucks, instead of like spending $200 and buying a new pair too. So consider that, right? All right, guys. I'm more than happy to answer any questions right now on this live before we get the guest on the stream right now, and Goatee will be joining me as well too. So open book, man, open book time. Whatever questions you want to ask me, what's in my collection, what am I looking forward to? You tell me. So actually, now that I think about it, what's out there? What are you guys starting live? Okay, well, all good. Yeah, I just saw Goatee right now texting me right now, so I got a little distracted. Anyways, what's catching your eye right now for this year? I know there's a lot of retros coming out on the Jordan brand side and on the Nike side. A lot of cool retros we haven't seen for years finally coming back for 2026. So that's going to be a really fun trip down memory lane with Nike coming out with those awesome retros too. So I'm definitely looking for. Okay, yeah, the Salesman Sample 6s. I didn't get them. I don't know. I'm on the fence about that, because it's like, it's a cool dive into that specific archive that really people don't know about, because it's a special Salesman sample. But I don't know. I think overall it still looks the same as a general release. Like, it has a, majority black, some hints of red. The logo is red, but I don't know. That's not enough for me to say, yeah, I need to get that, So yeah, I skipped on that. So I wasn't really, feeling that. What I am feeling is a Jordan 9 OG Space Jam. So that OG colorway, I have it right here in the back, that color right there. That's my first pair of Jordans. Revenge, thank you for joining us, man. You're the man. I love your style, dude. I will always comment, because you definitely take me back memory lane. You do an awesome job with those fits, just, capturing that era, man. So guys, if you're watching, check out Revenge of the Sneakers. He has an awesome way of just going back in time in this time capsule and recreating those outfits, man. And Big Macadocious, you're the wizard when it comes to restoring kicks as well too. So love that. And Joshua, like I said before, you're the MJ figurine collector, rare stuff. Check them out as well too. So thank you guys for all the love and support. What's up, everyone? So yeah, going back to the point, the Jordan 9 I'm looking forward to in 2026. I can't wait for that. The OG colorway, that was my first pair of Jordans back in '94 on the clearance rack of JCPenney. I've said this story over and over again, but that was my first pair of Jordans. So I can't wait for that. There is the OG 11s, the other Space Jam 11s are going to be coming out too, with the face box. That's going to be That's going to be a cool release as well too. So I'm looking forward to that. What else? I did a video too earlier about other releases. Oh yeah, the Bacons. That's right, the Air Bacons, man. Finally, we're going to get the OG colors, man. Double G, what is up, man? How you doing? All the way from Canada. Thank you, man, for watching. Thank you for the love and support, man. Hopefully you're doing well. I don't know if it's cold over there, because I know it's been cold everywhere else in the country. I know you're up north, but everyone's been getting hit with some wacky weather lately too. So here in Arizona, it's been getting pretty warm. So it's getting up in the 90s, but it's still bearable. So I don't mind the heat. I grew up here, so whatevs. Man, I'm talking a lot. I'm trying to, kill some time before we got Goatee in the mix, and before we bring out our guest, Ayo Johnny Boy. So I'm waiting for them to get on. But like I was saying before, what are you looking forward to for? 2027. You're right. You are 100% right. In 2027, that's next year, the All Star game will be coming to Phoenix, Arizona here. So I'm not too far from downtown. It's going to be a great time. You know, Kickstory Podcast is going to be there to just cover, hopefully get some interviews with some players, talk kicks, all that good stuff too. So what's up, Tommy? What's up, Duke? What is up, guys? What up, Double G? Hopefully you heard what I said earlier about, the weather up there. So thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for watching. We will get started pretty soon with AO Johnny Boy with his interview. Just getting, some questions answered. Let me know what you're looking forward to, what releases you're looking forward to for this year. I'm looking forward to the Jordan 9s behind me, that colorway. The Air Bacons all day long. Air Bacons are like my jam, dude, when it comes to like basketball gear, basketball shoes. I had the OG pair. I still have the OG pair actually from 1997, still in my collection. They are, obviously blown out, but it has the original Air logo on the back, which is that flame logo that got banned. So I still have that in my collection. Looking forward to that retro. Yeah, anything else that comes into mind? Can't really think about it. The blue, yes, you're 100%. And the blue bacons are very special because they're pretty rare. Yeah, bacons are definitely it, man. Definitely it. Yeah, bacons are all day long. They're super crazy looking because you know how narrow they look, and then with the red and the yellow laces, people were freaking out when it came out in 1997. I remember a kid had them, and I was just staring at him. I was like, wow, what is this? Just like that banana shape almost, It just looked good, man. It was so awkward, but it looked cool. And especially when I saw Tim Hardaway wear them, I was like, okay, he's on the Heat, he's wearing the Heat, uniform and seeing that, so it's kind of cool. Let's see. Goatee, hold on one second, guys. Let's see. Goatee, if you're watching this, get on the live. I am in the middle of the live. Maybe you guys can message him, but I don't know what is going on here. Yes, the Kentucky Converses. Yeah, those are awesome, man. Like the denim, right? The denim ones are pretty cool. I was very surprised how that just came out of nowhere. I didn't see Converse releasing something like that because I know Converse was gravitating towards more Shea's release and his signature line with the Converse, which has been pretty cool. I actually like that shoe a lot for being a modern day basketball shoe. And I'm not really big on modern day basketball shoes, so it's been pretty cool. Goatee, if you're watching, I'm on the live. I started the live, just like I said I was gonna start on at a 7:20. So if by chance you guys are watching this, and he's trying to call me right now, but I can't because I have the phone already set up and everything, and I don't want to stop this live because this is the point of this. But if you can message him and say, hey, Robert's already or Bobby's already on the stream, let him know. But the Converse, I'm actually thinking of getting those. I think it has that nice cool retro look to it. I'm always big on the retros, the nostalgic pairs. So that's a cool kick to get. Ron Mercer cons, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else that's coming out for this year. But I am excited for 2027 Phoenix Suns, or I'm sorry, the Phoenix, the NBA coming to Phoenix, NBA All-Star Game coming to Phoenix, so that's going to be kind of cool. Definitely going to make a huge presence there as much as we can, so cheers. I'm talking a lot. I'm trying to kill time. All right, guys. So anything else that comes into mind? What's up, Big? How you doing? Thank you for joining us. We'll get this party started pretty soon with our special guest, Ayo Johnny Boy from Colorado. He's going to be going into his Kickstory. Duke, who's getting Steph all these... you know what? You took that question right out of my head, dude. I was wondering, like, where's he getting access to all these, like, wearable retros, right? So I've been wondering that too. Like, Steph Curry has been like going into the archive and really wearing some like cool stuff. Then I'm like, dude, how do you get access to like these wearable retros? You know what I'm saying? And in his size and in good condition too. So, but yeah, I imagine like these brands, he already had them. Okay, yeah. Is that what really is? So I don't know. I'm guessing that's probably what it really is. Goatee, I see you. I'm gonna bring you back in the mix. All right, hold on one second, guys. I'm gonna take the camera off the stand. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Where are you here? There you go. Accept. Wondering how Steph Curry got access to all those because hold on one second. I'm fixing the. What's up, man?
Yo, I was like, where Bobby at? How
I
long you
was
been
already
alive?
starting, man. I already started, yeah.
When you started?
At 7:20. Remember I said it 10 minutes before?
That's wild. I'm looking all over the place. Did you see me try to call you?
Yeah, and I was already like in a conversation. I didn't want
I
to, I
know.
didn't want to hang up.
I'm like, damn, Gina. I'm like, yo, where Bobby at? I'm looking at Kickstory. I don't see live. My phone must be tripping. What?
That's weird. I've noticed that too before, where like it's like a delay, but it's
Revenge.
all good. Yeah,
Yo, it's been 17 minutes. Yo, pardon me, guys. Yo, Josh Devaney. Yo, my man from all the way Australia, like, yo, Bobby Kicks is live. I'm like, I'm looking
thank
for
you.
you. Yo,
You
Josh, good
know,
looking, brother. Good looking. I'm
you know,
like,
yeah. I told the audience, hey, Goatee's trying to call me. Send him a message that I'm online already doing this.
yo, that's
So,
crazy.
so
Yo, usually, pardon, guys, pardon, people. Where Johnny at? Where Johnny at?
Johnny's already online. I see him. He says he joined. So let me bring him into the mix. All right, guys.
Yo, that's crazy. Yo, Bobby, that never happened to me before. Pardon me, guys. For some reason, my phone did not say that Kickstory was live. Bobby's controlling Kickstory.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I saw him, but I don't see the. Oh, there it is. Hold on one second.
Josh, thanks again, brother, because I was lost in the sauce. Pause. I was like, what's going on? What is
Hey,
going on?
Johnny, if you're watching, can you send me a invite? It says he joined, but I don't see
Okay.
the button to let him in. So that's what I'm trying to find right now. And
That is
if you
wild,
see,
dog.
yeah, all good. Let me see if I can add.
Who's on here? My man Revenge. Revenge, what's up, brother?
There he is.
The Shoebox Chronicle podcast. I just looked at Josh Joint, man. Salute Detroit. What's going on, guys?
What's up, guys? Thank you for joining us, guys.
Yes,
Thank you for
sir.
all the love and support.
Here
There
we
it is.
go.
Here's the dream team. Here we go. Let me put my
Ah,
phone right
What's
here.
up, fellas?
what's
You
What's
guys,
up,
good?
man?
What's good?
you guys can hear me okay?
Yes,
Loud and
sir.
clear. Loud and clear.
Mhm. What's up, fellas, fellas,
Bob,
fellas?
real quick, Johnny. I messaged you. I'm like, my bad. My bad. Bobby is going to start. Bobby started this whole time. I had no idea, man. My
Yeah,
bad.
I thought it was just you guys were piecing stuff together. I wasn't too sure, and so
My
no,
bus.
all good, brother, all good, brother. It's just a blessing to be here, man, with you
Uh-huh.
guys.
Thank you.
Bobby
Thank you
Kick
very much.
started off, man. What's going on?
Uh, yeah, yeah. I was already talking too much, and I don't want to talk anymore. So I'm ready to get this ball rolling. Ayo, Johnny Boy from Colorado. The stage is yours. Introduce yourself for those that don't know you, where you're from, and how you
Yes,
started this
sir.
whole thing. And
Yep,
you're
yep.
diving into collecting. So, yep.
Well, first off, thank you guys for having me on the podcast. You guys are doing an
Yes, sir.
awesome job. You're doing the Lord's work with these souls and getting these stories out. You know what I mean?
Yes,
So
sir.
it's a privilege and an honor. Um,
Thank you.
my name's Johnny, Jonathan, government name. But I grew up. I actually first 4 years of my life, I grew up in Korea. My parents were stationed out there, working
Wow.
civil service. And then when I was four, we moved over to Northern Virginia. My parents worked at the Pentagon, and so I was in the
Wow.
DMV. Yeah, so I was in the DMV until I was like 19. Um, Jumped back and forth from SoCal, in Virginia, DC, Maryland until I was 24. Um, then I needed an escape. I was I was living a risky life, and my dad was like, "Hey, how about you calm down, come out to Hawaii?" And so I jumped on a plane in 2005, and I never got back on that plane. I started a family out there. I got two
Nice.
of the two of the most fantastic four kids I could
Yeah.
ask for, and
It's a blessing.
yeah, we recently moved to Colorado. This is I think next month will make 2.5 years here in Colorado.
I gotta stop
So
you. I gotta stop you because you just went from paradise to brick, meaning cold. What was that by choice, by force? What was that Hawaii to Colorado situation? Not to
I
get
wouldn't
too
say
personal.
it was mutual. We know my parents were moving from Hawaii, so that was like a real big, component of taking care and helping out the family.
Work.
And so there was that, and the cost of living in Hawaii is a little,
I
you know,
heard. I heard.
Yep.
it's a little pricey. And
I heard.
with four kids, it takes a toll. With four kids in this, it hurts. It hurts.
Yeah.
And so that was part of it. And
Yeah,
another big part of it was more opportunity for the kids.
yeah,
With better education, kind of like get their eyes open over there, because I think if they stayed over there, they might have been like kind of not say stuck in Hawaii, but I mean like I got a freshman in college right now. She's doing awesome. She's looking to go with Prime over a Boulder. And then I
yeah.
got my 16-year-old who's like, she's sold on the O, bro. She took a visit 2 months ago, and she's like, yeah, I'm a duck. So I was like, I
Eugene,
said,
huh?
thank you for giving me a reason to come
Yes,
to Portland more.
Wow.
yes.
But yeah, so
Absolutely.
I've been out here for 2.5 years, laying some roots, and I've been blessed to be next to another soul brother, Big Mac, Rudy.
Big
He's
Mac,
close
what up, Big
by.
Macadocious? What's
You know what I
good?
mean? Big Mac. He's down the road from me, and so yeah, that's where life is taking me, just basically around the globe.
Nice.
That's
Very,
fly.
very cool,
That's
man.
Yeah.
I
fly.
love that, dude. So on this journey between places to places, when did you start collecting? Did you have your collection all the way back at DMV? Did you travel with it? When did that start?
Well, I think in when I was coming out of middle school, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start keeping my shoes. You know what I mean? I've got
What year is middle school roughly? I don't want to age you, but what year we're looking at?
I, I'll age. I'm a year younger than you.
I, I,
I'm a year
I,
under you.
I'll be 45 this year.
Okay, maybe not. Oh yeah, I'm 44. I'm
Okay, you're
44.
44. Okay, go. Okay, go.
Hmm.
So growing up, I kind of I remember always having some Chucks and some PF Flyers. Those were the jams growing up. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure it didn't hurt my mom's pockets getting them and so whatnot.
Right.
But I remember moved to Virginia. We were over there, and I remember going to see my cousin. Thinking 1990.
Okay.
In SoCal. My grandma lived in Moreno Valley, and I remember him having a pair of Nikes, and this was like kind of like the first time like it really caught my attention, and I couldn't tell you what they were. I think they were Nike Forces, like the three quarter high ones with like kind of like that blue and like kind of like that orange look to it. And I was
Ooh.
just like, man, the colorway caught me. And this is back in the days too. You remember coming out like the late '80s where people were doing like two laces to their shoe, so it was
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
blue and orange. One would be like like they do like opposite
Yeah.
swap. And so he
Yeah.
had those, and I was like, that colorway blew me away. I was like, I need to have these, Mom. As soon as we get home, please, I'll do whatever.
Word.
And so I remember she took me to like this mall back in VA. It's called Potomac Mills, and it's kind of like an outlet mall. And we're going around all the stores, Foot Locker, Champs. Nothing happens. We end up at Athlete's Feet, right? Rest in peace, Athlete's Feet.
I remember
Right.
that store.
You
That's a
remember?
good
Right?
You
store.
remember?
Yeah.
You remember athletes' feet exclusives?
We'll get to that. We'll get
Okay,
to
my bad. My bad. My bad. I'm jumping the
we'll
gun. My
get to
bad.
that too. But yes, Athlete's Feet exclusives were so killer. But I remember being in the store and like we've been through this whole mall. It's like 3 miles long. You can't find
Hmm.
this Nike. You can't find anything this colorway. And so I'm all down. I'm all pouting. And I guess the associate saw me and he was like, "Hey, could I help you?" And I kind of explained to him like what the shoe looks like. And he's like kind of thinking. He's like, "Hold on, I'll be right back." And he comes back and he brings me his box. And this is what we need more employees who are excited and know what they're selling. Because this guy came
Yes.
back from the box. He was like, "Hey, I know what you're looking for. This might not be it, but this will do what you do." Because I was like, "Hey, I wanted some kind of blue, some orange." I remember it had an air unit in it, and I was like, "I need that." And he was like, "Hey, have you ever heard of Andre Agassi?" And I'm like, "The guy on MTV? Do you know what I mean from the commercials?" I was like,
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
true.
I know he
Yeah.
yeah.
plays
Yeah.
tennis." And then he pulled out these.
Wow.
These
Yeah.
Wait
these
a
were my
minute. That was
these were
your
my
first
first
sneaker, Nike?
these were my first Nikes. AirTech Challenge
Wow.
Pixel Quartz.
Nice.
Which
Wow.
so when I saw it, you're blue, right? Your infrared, air unit. So he was like, "This is everything you want." He was like, "This is better than what you were thinking."
Yeah.
Agassi was like, and he was going off on
Damn.
Agassi. I was like, okay. I like the colors and it looks like Tetris. Let me get the shoe. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And so I even reached out to Tom, right? Shout out to Tom, right? Legendary designer, about what is the meaning of this? Because you know
Pixelation, right?
you had the blocks, right? The pixels. Because
Right.
you have the
Uh-huh.
John McEnroe, right? Like the checkerboard.
Right.
But
Yep,
then you have
yep.
I can see the pixels are falling apart. But I was asking him like, hey, is there like a story to this? But he said this design was from the '90s design team, so it wasn't like one person with one idea
Mm,
that he could pinpoint. So that's a little story for it. But yeah, these were the first Nikes I ever had, and
very cool.
after that it was like, hey, you know what? I think I'll start wearing these because these feel a lot better than Chucks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're super comfortable, super comfortable. One thing I did want to mention about that design aesthetic, those pixels, those blocks.
Yeah.
So what I understand is that during that time, they were going all in to creating the outfits and the shoes, like in all in one, like a uniform. So they
Yeah.
wanted to create something that they can go, they can sell in like, and outfits.
Oh,
So so
okay.
so what they did is, they put that design aesthetic on the shoes to encourage, hey, you have to have the matching shorts, you have to have the matching jacket, so it
That makes
encouraged like getting
sense.
the whole outfit.
Well, they got me because I got the shirt, I got the shorts.
There you
It
go.
worked.
Yeah.
It worked.
Here's
But
my
yeah,
question, because
this was
this I always say there's levels to this, right? You
yeah.
just went from PS Flyers, Converses to now we got some Agassiz. So how was it going to school with some Agassiz? Like, like how was
I
that?
actually, you know what? First, this one didn't hit. It wasn't like everyone was like, oh,
Right, right, right,
if if the first shoe that actually hit
right.
would be '94. This is Bobby is going to enjoy this.
I like
This
94.
the
Oh,
Yeah, Air
players,
flare.
flares.
but the first ones I had were the chili reds, where this is black, this is white, right?
Yup,
With the black midsole. And
yup.
so I remember wearing those to school, and people were like, "What are
Yeah,
those?"
yeah.
Because I was playing
Yeah,
ball in them. You know what I mean? They're like,
yeah.
we don't see these on the court." And I'm like, "Yeah,
That's
you
fly.
wouldn't because it's Agassi, and they weren't up on Agassi." So it was like that was like the first time, like I felt like I had to like not like put someone on game, but you know what I mean? Like kind of like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
hey, like oh, there is levels to this.
yeah,
So when I had the flares, that was like oh wow, there's levels to this, and which is
yeah,
an absolutely great basketball shoe. I don't care
It
what
is.
anybody
yeah.
It
says.
It
is.
kind of
Yeah.
got everything, right, Bobby? It kind of got
Yeah.
everything to
It's
play
smart.
pro. The grip, right? The
Exactly
the
right.
the the the, the cushion of the ankle protection.
Yeah, I was
Everything.
I was I was telling my homies, shout out to Chance and Cole Saab, out there in Maryland. I
Thanks,
had I had
Thompson.
I had roots over in Maryland. My dad graduated from the University of Maryland, so I'd always be over there for games. And one of my best summers ever was at Gary Williams. Remember Gary Williams, coach from University of Maryland Terrapins,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yep.
Gary Williams basketball camp in '94, and I wore the chili red flares for that basketball camp, and everybody was like, we stayed at the dorms, right? And I'd have people knocking, there'd be kids knocking on the doors, be like, "Yo, let me see those kicks," and we'd be showing them the
That's
kicks,
cool.
like,
Damn.
"Oh, like Agassi," and so that was this is the flares are the one that kind of made me understand there's really levels to this.
Right.
Those shoes right there are also special because it was inverted. You have the black on top and the white on the bottom, and you didn't see that color blocking that way. And
No, and
on top of that, when Agassi was wearing them on court, he had black socks. Black socks was like, oh crap,
Which
when you
which
saw black
well,
socks,
from afar it looked like it was connecting,
yeah, it
yep,
right?
was all in
It got
one.
that
It was all in
connecting.
one. Yeah,
it's so cold, so cold. And
yeah,
you know what used to
Yeah.
throw me off when I first wore them? You know that slant?
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. When I
Yeah.
first wore them, I was like, "Am I like walking pigeon toed? Or like
They look,
what?
yeah, they look backwards,
That's
right?
Am I
funny.
cool?" So that
That's
used to throw
funny.
me off at first, but then I was just like, "No, this is a dope shoe." And
That's
The other
so,
dope.
thing
yeah, shout out to Wilson, right? Shout out to
Salute
Wilson.
there you
Wilson
go.
Smith, our guy.
Yes. The other thing I love about that shoe that I found out, years later, was the inspiration behind the 247, the first colorway of the
Mm-hmm.
247 of EQLZs was based off of
Oh,
that shoe. And I
Easy.
remember I remember this was before we met Aaron Cooper. I
We
looked
talk
at that picture at 247. I was like, wait a minute, hold on a second. I even told teams like, dude, I bet you
facts.
anything these were based off of the flares.
you
And
Facts.
then
put you
later,
you put a comment. I remember you put a comment about that.
Yep.
yeah, I was like, dude,
Yeah,
this is the flares all day long.
player
And then later
inspo.
on, I found out, I was like, holy crap, heck yeah. So it
Yep.
was cool to see that. So, but yeah, I love that Agassi was your first dive into like sports shoes because that's
That's
kind of
fly.
rare in my opinion.
Yeah, I
Johnny.
know. It's, all the stars aligned, and
Yep.
so
So
yeah.
so
If
I,
Nike
I'm
could,
I'm
well,
I'm curious real quick. I'm
what's up?
curious. So DMV, right? I'm a New Yorker, so we got a little battle, right? It's well known, right? Who did it first? Who did it first, right? DMV foams, New Balance, whatever. But and it's all subjective, right? If I'm gonna always say New York because I'm from New York, right? But for
Yeah,
you, DMV, you were in like an epicenter of like sneaker culture, right? You got Washington, you got Virginia, you got Maryland, that fusion. Your father's connected to Maryland, so you seeing ballers, right? So just walk us down your life in DMV when it came to kicks, right? And just that environment, because DMV is well known. DMV brought back
yeah.
the Air Force One. So much history. So walk us down that kickstory with DMV.
So it was, man, it was a blessing to be what I say is I was molded amongst the monuments. Um, I I was a hooper growing up, right? And so that was easy to always be around kicks and whatnot. But but around the DMV, it was and growing up, it was just ball, it was just hooping really, and just getting out there. And I guess when really tapped into the culture of like just sneakers, not even just sneakers in DC, about life, and this was what we talked about. This is, yeah, came about with this.
Mm,
This silhouette probably, I don't want to say changed my life, but you know what? For the person that wore it, it changed my character. You know,
Mm.
back my last name's Chung, right? My dad's Hawaiian Chinese and my mom's Puerto Rican, right? So I carry the last name Chung. So you know how the '90s was. Racism was a huge thing, right?
Huge, huge.
Movies, music, and whatnot. And so a lot of kids used to try to pick on me because of my last name Chung, the whole Chinese thing, and
Right.
used to eat at me. And so I remember I was going to go to this new school in fifth grade, right? And so I was thinking, hey, I'm going to go in here with Cobra Kai mentality, sweep the leg, Johnny. Hey, strike first, like I'm gonna get whoever wants it before they come get me, right?
Yeah.
So there was this dude, Marco Hernandez, right? And he was half black, half white, right? And so I seen him, I was just like, I guess I'm gonna get him. And I used to dog him. There used to be this, well, not used to be. You guys remember Informer Snow?
And farmer, and give him down.
So I used to sing it when he'd be around. And I'd call him Snow and all that stuff, and it used to bug him. And I guess it got to the teachers, got to my mom, and I remember we were having a science fair in the gymnasium.
Mm.
And I'm in front of my project, and I see my mom with Marco beelining to me, and she's fuming. And I'm like, oh my God, what is going to happen? And so she was like, hey, I heard what y'all been doing, y'all this. And it was like, y'all are both mixed. You know what I mean? Y'all should be getting together. Y'all should be supporting each other, like catching each other's back, right? And then, long story short, this kid ends up becoming like one of the homies, like one of my best friends. He's like one of the kids who taught me how to play he taught me how to play basketball, like how to do like, no looks and, behind the backs and put some
Word.
sauce on it, even back in the days. And it was just like, okay, and we became tight. And I say that because he always wore Air Rays, the Peace
nice.
ones, the Urban Jungles, the Blues, like just like that was Marco Urban, like air raids, And so when that whole campaign,
Oh,
Those are awesome,
Nike,
man.
bring those back. We don't want the air raid ones that look like that. Bring the twos
so
back.
so these are my OGs from middle school.
That's your OGs.
Wow.
These are
Ooh.
the other bottom is
Done,
trash,
done.
but this pair, yeah,
We
these are the
need
OGs.
we need
Yeah.
real quick, Bobby. Hold on, real quick. That era, and I think we can talk about this uniformly, and regardless of where you grew up in the era,
Yeah.
that era when it came to like the air raid, we had cross colors. You know what I mean? We had so much dope clothes that that made sense with the air raids. That was
Yeah.
just an era, bro. That was
Hey,
just
yo,
an
It
I
era
even
for
had
us.
colors,
Carlton out
colorful.
here.
It was
You know
colorful.
what I mean? and
Yes,
so and,
sir.
and so it was like it was kind of like a moment along with this campaign, live together, play together, which couldn't be a more perfect campaign for the times
That's
that we're in
true.
right now.
That's a
It
good point.
cannot be more perfect
100%.
than now. And
100%.
so and so it was kind of like during that era and like this and cross culture and Malcolm X dropping in '92 and
Malcolm X pieces. What?
us watching Roots in history class. You know what I mean? It was kind of like
Right.
expose myself to something much bigger. You know what I mean? And and
Love that, man.
it really
Love
changed my
that.
life to who I am. You know what I mean? And
Wow.
yeah, this was the one, man. Sadly, Marco passed away in eighth grade.
Damn.
He passed away on the court playing ball
Damn.
during a summer league game. They didn't know his heart was too big for him. So he passed away. I'm pretty sure they have like a foundation for him or like some type of scholarship over for him over at TC Williams. You guys heard of TC Williams, home of the
Nah.
Titans? You guys remember the Titans?
Yeah.
That's my city's high school. I, I,
Oh.
I, yeah, I was raised in Alexandria, Virginia, home of the Titans, and
Wow.
so he passed away, and so that's another reason why these raids are like so dear to me. You know what I mean?
Word.
They literally like not just the shoe, but the person that was in them changed my
Yeah,
life.
man. R.I.P. Everybody said a condolences. R.I.P. is
Yeah.
Marco, man. Wow.
Yeah,
One
but I
point I
want
wanted to make.
what's
I
up?
wanted to make I wanted to bring up a good point that you brought up as far as like that era in 94, 93, 94, and all the colors and all the cultural significance. If you notice, around that time, brands were doing things very seamlessly. Like they weren't trying. It worked. For example,
Yeah,
like the air raids with the colors, play together. Like the messaging was very pure.
yeah,
It wasn't on a bandwagon. It wasn't trying to be anything else. Like it was pretty pure, and
yeah.
a lot of the stuff back then was all original. It was pure, it was original, and it really influenced culture. Today
It's
it's a little different, but
you
so
know
I
why?
appreciate that era. Yeah.
Because today it's from the pocket. Back then it was from the soul. You know what I mean?
That's a fact. That's a
Hey,
fact.
I got one more thing. Hey, you guys, there was another kid that had the air raids, but he had the other version. So we know the air raids with the geometric print, right?
Yeah.
Do you guys know that there is the other air raid where it kind of
Wood.
looks like a water print?
Like wood?
No,
Wood?
like say it's these colors, but it looks like water paint.
What's the color of the
Like
shoe?
watercolors.
No, the same colors, but they're not geometrical shapes. But
Word?
the
I
colors
don't
are
think
like
I don't I don't think I saw those.
I gotta say,
Give me
there's an article
one
on.
second as you're talking.
Okay, there's an art. Oh, man, you know what? There's an
Was
article.
it
I know
was it a GR? Mr.
it was a
Calderon?
GR. I
Mr.
almost want.
Calderon saying it's a GS. It was a grade school.
It was a grace because there was two versions. Because I remember I had this one, but the other kid had kind of like a mosaic, like what, like it was like how like water paint
Word,
is,
word,
like the
word,
shades.
word.
So it was
Ah,
like this,
so
and
was
you
it the
melt it.
Urban Jungle GS version that they made it that material?
Yeah.
Damn, I gotta see
So it's like this,
those.
but you like say if this was melted, and you were like
Damn, I gotta see
that kid
those.
Steven. I still remember his name. Steven had
Mr.
I'll
Calderon,
call
send us
them.
a DM. Send us a DM so we can highlight it later. Send us a DM of that.
Yeah. So, but other than that, yeah.
I want to say
Basic.
something on that era real quick, Bobby. Real quick. I want to say something on that era, right? I know we all from different places, but I can only speak for myself. That era was meaningful.
Calderon. Yeah.
Right? That era was meaningful. Why? Yeah, we have the colors. Man, especially in the inner city, people were dying. Crack. We got crack. We got gangs. Like, that's the hype. 92, 93, 94 in my hood, Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, yo, people were dying off of drugs. So we had campaigns, say no
Yeah.
to drugs. Crack is whack. So what brands did, you got Reebok Blacktop. Look like that, right?
Yep.
You got Adidas Matumbo, look like that. They
Yep.
all was on that peace thing because the inner city people was the people that's buying those sneakers during that time. Yo, people were dying crazy. You
Yeah.
know, you
Yeah.
feel
Like
me?
Yeah,
I know
100%.
we had this talk before. Like I said, I'll bring this up too. The first Jordan I noticed was the Fire Red Fives, right? Fire Red Fives. I was just like,
90, 91,
oh,
yeah.
oh wow. But Sports Illustrated decided to put out that May 91 issue, right?
People
And I
dying.
remember asking my mom about that, and she was like, oh, hell no. She was like, I
People,
saw that on the stand. She was like, it was some Jordan and a gun. And she was like, I am not
people
going for
dying
it.
off of Jordans, man.
That,
Murk,
and then
real.
a big one in DC was when the 95s dropped. I was 13 and I heard people like, hey, I don't think you should go for those, you know what I mean? And so,
Yeah.
Yep.
but yeah, so then like the fives I couldn't get, then the sixes dropped, couldn't get that. And then it took it took a flaw in the shoe and $25 to get my first Jordan.
Oh, wow.
so so
Okay.
90 so 91 I had the Bose, right? So the 91 Trainer Max. I
What color?
had
What color?
thi- this one. This was the bow I had. This is the Trainer Max. I didn't have the gray and tour
Yep,
yellow
yep,
one.
yep.
But for some reason, like this plastic heel counter was like digging into my heel for like the longest time. And I was almost on my third return because my mom was a gangster. I wouldn't be a sneakerhead without my mom because even in the 90s, she knew about the 90-day Foot Locker return policy, and she even knew about the year or whatever policy that Nike had. She knew this back in 90 91. We were sending shoes back, and that's why I had.
Wow.
So yeah, that's why I had a crazy rotation. I might not have been able to keep it, but if something went wrong, she wouldn't abuse it. She'd be like, okay, I know this month I did this, but we'd always get stuff, and so this was like the third one. The employee was even like, maybe you should switch up something. And then I saw
Oh,
these
Man.
oh, oh,
true
playoffs.
reds, true reds.
Oh, yes.
And my whole thing was like, the
Yes.
trainers were 85. This was like 115. I was just like, I got 10. If you got 25, mom, let's go.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
And and I think it was like in November they dropped or something like that. And my only one
Yeah.
wish was like, hey, could I wear them out of the mall? And she was like, all right. I walked around that mall for like 2 hours. I was like, hey, relax, mom. Let me do my thing real quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, when it comes to Jordans, my first love is going to be.
Oh,
And so
Mm.
these ones are the Koreas, dead stock Korea 92s.
oh, Korea word. Okay, yeah.
Wow.
They had Korea and they had Taiwan.
Yeah, Korea and Taiwan. So
Yep.
you can tell the Korea, kind of like looks like the DMP where it has kind of
Yep.
like the lighter tones.
Yeah.
This is the bread and butter.
Bobby, did you have the sevens back in 92? No, no, no.
No,
No.
no. My first Jordan was that Jordan
The
9. That was the only
nines.
Jordan I had. But anything before that, I never got. I saw kids have them, and I didn't know what they were. But I
Right.
saw kids, and going back to that infrared colorway, that's like the color hints on there. That's what
Yeah.
really got my attention. I've never seen that color before. When you saw that on a shoe, it was just so vibrant. And
Yeah,
it definitely matched the era so well because like
Yeah.
in the 90s it was all about fluorescent and like those
right,
flash colors, so
right.
yeah.
I got a cool seven story real quick. So I wanted the seven since the Bugs Bunnies because the Bugs Bunnies was like that was the Easter thing, right? It was like everybody had the Bugs Bunnies, so I was feeling left out. And my mother used to always say, "I'm gonna get it for you, get it for you." She told me later she couldn't afford it, right?
Yeah.
She's like, but the bait was you do good in school, you do good in school, help around the
Oh
house,
yeah. Yeah, I do
but
that with my
Yeah,
kids now.
every time it came out, I was always like disappointed, and she couldn't afford it. Right? We was on welfare, things of that nature. So on my birthday, she said, "I know you want Jordans, but I can't get it." And then the whole day passed. The whole day passed. Happy birthday. We went to like Red Lobster, right? And then I go in my house, I go in my bed, and I see a box wrapped up. My birthday's in August. It was the Olympics, man. The
Ooh.
end of the
Good.
night, she got me the Olympics on my birthday. My birthday's in August, man. And if you remember '92, you didn't really see the Dream Team because
No.
the games wasn't on. It was on TV, but it was like I probably saw like one or two Dream Teams. Like they
Yeah.
didn't have it openly. Like, and if it was, sometimes it was in
You've seen a
Barcelona. We
couple
used to see
commercials, some
games,
ads and whatnot.
right? So the Dream Team number 9 in the back, man. That's my seven story, man. That's my
Wow.
seven. She's yeah, man.
Is that your first J?
No, my first J was 1988 Air Jordan threes, man.
Oh, with the threes? Hey, yeah.
Yeah, I'm blessed. Me and my brothers all had the Air Jordan threes, man. 1988. Yeah, man, I
That's
got
what
lucky on that one.
that's what I was saying. My son Jordan and T, they're both their first Jordans were the cement threes.
Seven threes.
Yep, that's their ones. That's the ones. But
Damn.
but uh, but other than that, yeah, that was just a lot to do with the DMV, just hoops and like the influence. It's like you left the house making sure like everything's G. You know what I mean? The kicks game was serious. You got everybody just like, hey, what's this?
yeah.
What's this? To the point like people think StockX was like the first people like doing legit checks. We've been doing that for so long. Like, let me
Word.
come in. You're just sitting in the chair. You feel someone pop your tag and look and just be like, okay, all right, all right.
Word.
Or still, or did you guys, if you guys had stars back in the days, did you guys leave the tag on to let everybody know? Like,
Starter?
yeah,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah. That was like our first legit check was like making sure you see that $119, you see that sticker, you know what I mean? That this ain't fake. Don't come at me with it. After a week, I'll pop that thing off and we'll
Yeah.
be about our business.
I
But
have
yeah,
something
man.
real quick, but Bobby, you want to
Yeah.
say anything? Because I have something just to end the DMV. But you have something, Bobby?
I was curious, and maybe this might
Oh,
go
I
into
got
the
one.
other thing, but I was curious, like when you started really like having a collection. Was it in
Hmm.
Hawaii? Was it in DMV? Like when is it when you started traveling with your collection?
I think there was a around 2004. I kind of went I went SB dunk lane, and so like I
What a
said,
great era! What a great era to be in SB Dunks. Oh my God, purple
oh
boxes
my
and all
god,
that.
it
Oh my
was so
God,
yeah,
jeez.
it was great. It was stressful. Like I tell everybody, I will never go down that SB road again. Nope. It is it's a dangerous road. So I was kind of like an SB range, and then I kind of took I don't want to say a hiatus, but like in Hawaii, there wasn't like I wasn't wearing my sneakers as much. I'm throwing on my slippers, I'm walking
Yeah,
out the door. That
Yeah,
it's the
yeah.
life.
Lay back.
And I think around 2018, I think it was like, you know what, let me start picking up again, let me get back on Instagram, just see what's going out there. And the first person I think I really connected with, sneaker preservation, Andrew, my guy,
Yeah,
my big brother.
Andrew, what up, brother?
Yes, shout out to Andrew. But yeah, I think around that time, 2018, I kind of started picking back up because I've had collections, I've sold collections, I've had collections, sold collections. I've said like um Father of Four is a different ball game. So
yeah,
you do what you need to do. So I'd say about that time, but I've kept some of the classics have like held dear to me. You know what I mean? Like right here, this is
I was just, yep. We got to
OG
go there.
phones,
Keep
right?
keep keep that up. Keep that up. Keep that up.
This is
Yeah.
yes, the
Top.
DMV
I want you to say your
silhouette.
top 5 DMV kicks. Like what you see. You're holding one up. If you want to talk about it, but I'm curious.
All right,
What's like kicks that come? You
okay,
didn't
I
have to
got
have
you.
them either. Kicks that came to
Okay,
mind when it comes DMV culture.
phone posits, Royals, and Pearls. Two, I'm going to say Go Domes, right? Three, New Balance 990s V1s. The
V1s.
V1s,
Yep.
favorite New Balance ever. Um, Sensations. I'm gonna say the Sensations. When
Webbers.
it's, I tell people it was like when the foams drop, you see everyone DC with foams. When the Sensations drop, everybody had that 2 on their heel. Wherever you walked, you see jeans 2, sweatpants 2. Everybody had the Sensations.
Weber played for the Bullets then, so that just made it even more like that's a DMV
Yeah.
sneaker. Come on.
That's
Yeah.
what, I'd say that the Sensations are the Sensations should be before the foam posits, honestly,
I
because
can see
we were
that.
rocking with them. So, oh man, the fifth one, the fifth DMV
That
sneaker.
speaks DMV. When you think of this sneaker, whatever it is, this is a DMV sneaker.
Oh, Tim Duncan's, bro. That's a Timmy's.
Composite Max.
Foam posit max.
Mm,
Yeah, I'd say those are pretty much the DMV. The
And
DMV.
then and just to add to that, this a quick your first experience, the first time you saw the foam posits, like what was like the blue? Like talk to me about the first time you saw foams.
The first, I mean, I remember my friend Evan. Shout out to Evan Sonata, childhood friend. Um, One of the only Hawaiians nearby, family friend. He is responsible for showing me the love of the game. The homie that we used to roll over shoes with. The homie that was the one to take the job at Foot Locker and hook us all up.
Oh, he was a
Yeah,
plug.
he was the plug. He was
He
the
was a
plug. Yeah,
plug.
we had all this coordinated since day one. But yeah, I remember he came in with these and it was just like, what in the world are those? It was like,
yeah.
can I touch it? It's like, can I touch it? And it was just like, it was so amazing. It was before time. I remember um, telling my dad about this, and I think I'm 15, I'm a freshman, right? So my dad's all in. Oh, my boy's playing high school sports, whatever he needs. And so I was like, hey, there's this kick. and so and so and so we go get it and we put it on. And I remember I mentioned this in the story. The first times I like really put this on was at the Pentagon Officers Athletic Club. My parents worked at the Pentagon. There's like an athletic center over there, and it totally matched what I was wearing because it was like the the facility they had, the equipment they had. I like the only thing I could reference it like when you see Rocky, like when Drago's in Russia in that gym.
High tech.
That's what the gym setup at the Pentagon looked like. Some
Wow.
Drago Russian setup, like
Yeah.
machines.
Yeah.
Like these machines are like measuring your extension, and it's just. And so I was like, man, I have this. I'm in this futuristic gym with these. I was like, at 15, I was like, you can tell me I'm not making the NBA. I was like,
Yeah.
you
Yeah. Yeah.
can tell me I'm not. And so these are such a gem. And you know what? I'll I'll take this. I don't know about any other shoe. I still need to throw in the EQLZs, but I'll hoop in this over any modern day shoe. Like just easy, easy. You're so comfortable. The fact
Yeah.
that what the more you wear them, the more they fit to you. And yeah, this
Those
is
are those the 20th anniversaries?
yes. No. These are 2017s.
Okay.
Still
I like
holding
the
up.
blue on those. Yeah, I like the blue on those.
No, the new releases is kind of, it's like, I don't know, it's like spongy. I couldn't bring myself to
Well,
it.
well, let me say this because I have a pair of OGs, right, from '97, and if you look at that foam,
Okay, yeah,
it is spongy. It is pretty spongy. It has almost like pores. It has like
Yeah.
it's very spongy. Like the newer ones, not so much. So if this latest release is spongy, I would say because I don't remember, I can't remember, how they feel,
yeah.
up
See,
close,
same
but
thing. But yeah,
no,
definitely foam
I
positives
agree.
are not dead.
2007 was the best neon foam. I was just going to say that. Mr.
Oh
Chrono
yeah,
said the oh
chef,
07.
chef's kiss to that. Chef's
Yeah.
kiss to that.
Yeah.
foams. I would say foams are on the Mount Rushmore of sneaker technology and just overall
Or
fashion. Because
They
honestly,
had,
like it really disrupted like the way we see footwear, you know. And it
yeah,
happened in '97, like at a time where everything was pretty traditional, you know. And then this comes out of nowhere. It's like, okay, what is going on here, right? So we got a glimpse of the future in '97, because
I can't even imagine the conversations when they were designing this shoe and
right.
yeah.
trying to figure out the mold, and then going to going to Daewoo Korean car company and be like, could you guys make some molds for us? And they'd be like,
Right. Right.
don't you guys make shoes? That must have
Yeah.
been like such a crazy conversation that
Yep.
Crazy. Eric
100%.
Eric
definitely top
Avar.
five.
Eric Avar was tripping. He took it to a whole totally
It
different
was
level, man.
tripping. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, speaking about Eric Avar, where are those things? Eric Avar, hold on, let me see. I had a shoe. Oh man, I must be blind. Oh, okay, there it is. Okay, in 1994, right? Great year. I forgot something was happening with one of my shoes. Oh, you know what? What was this? I had these,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And I was telling my mom, I was like, these are great, but they're like heavy. And
Yeah.
so, and my mom was like, hey, how about you write a letter to Nike? I was like, okay. So I didn't know any better. I was just like, oh, you know what? I'll write a letter to Nike talking about like, hey, this, and whatnot. I remember a couple months go by, whatever. I remember my mom comes to me and she's like, "You got mail," and she's carrying a box. And
What?
she was like, "I didn't send for this because there's been times, hey, your replacement's here. You know what I mean? Here's your box." And she was like, "Hey, this is." She was like, "Look at the address from Nike, Portland, Oregon," and I was just like, "Okay." And so I opened up the box, and these were
What?
Wow.
Yo, your mom, you right. Your mom is way ahead of the game. What? They gave you those? Wait, and you got your Jordans? They just gave you those?
no, I didn't. No, I just wrote him a letter just to just write him a letter.
Damn.
And so a couple
Wow.
months go down the line, and they send me these.
LWPs.
I
What?
I wish to God that I still had this letter. I'm 44. This thing could be anywhere, bro. But
Right.
Wow.
I remember saying thank you for taking your time and your consideration to write us. It said something else, but I remember it saying, "We hope you enjoy these, and we hope these work out well for you." And I forgot
Wow.
whatever they said. But yeah, they sent me these, and these didn't. I don't think these came out for maybe another 3 or 4 months. My friend Evan Sonata, who could testify to this,
You had those before they came out to the public.
I was rocking these in Coral Kelly Rec Center on a carpet basketball court for fifth grade
That's
summer
real.
league practice.
That's
Yeah,
real.
they didn't. I don't think they dropped. They didn't drop until a couple months later
Wow.
because like I was
That's real.
it was like summer league, so you know what I mean. There's levels. The older kids, gold. You know what I mean.
Word.
Some young. So like
Word.
all the older kids were like, "Yo, what are those?" And I remember the thing that blew me away when I first took them out the box was like
A light.
they're light as a feather. Then you see the lightweight performance. Then I'm looking at them. Then I see the speed lacing. Right. I'm like, what is this? And then I'm like, oh, okay. They have a jewel. Check.
I love that.
Pull tabs. Check.
Yeah.
flight, let's go. And then I turn it over and I'm like, you know what I mean? I wasn't used to seeing the air. I was like
Yeah,
what?
it's like hidden
What?
inside of it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that blew my mind. And ever
What a
when I
story.
That's
so
an
when I
awesome
got
story.
so I always say when Nike had me when my mom said you got mail with these.
Wow.
Yeesh. Yo,
One of my
that's so fly.
one of my absolute favorite basketball shoes
Heck
shoes
yeah.
I've
That's so
ever
Heck
played
fly.
yeah.
in.
That's so
So
fly.
so low to the ground, so responsive. With
Yes.
the first time they put pencil air in a
Right.
basketball shoe, you know what I
Zoom,
mean, in
right.
there. And
The other
yeah,
that's
well,
another that story is another reason why the 90s was pure. So check this out. You sent a letter out to a big corporation. They listened to
Word.
what you had to say and they sent you, hey, if you want something lighter in performance, here you go. There was no thought about like, is this kid an influencer? How many followers does this person have? Who is
Word.
it? It's just like, you know what? It was a kid that asked a question. They responded. They took the time to read it. It's a letter, which is a physical thing that we don't do anymore, and they responded.
right,
To me, that's why I always appreciate the freaking 90s, man, because it's like, and with
Facts.
these younger kids, I'm sorry, these snotball kids always talk about like, oh man, you're
talk
old
about
heads
it.
and this. I'm like, dude, I have a reason to talk about the 90s because it
Yeah,
was pure, dude. So
pure,
That's
I
a
just want to
fact.
put that out there.
and
That's a fact.
you hit a key point. You said listen. They didn't just send me any Nike. They sent me a lighter one.
A
That
lighter
that was the
weight.
one that like oh wow, they paid attention to it.
That's
So I
Yes.
would say
amazing.
that's what set me over. It was like, you guys got me. All right. All right.
Right.
I
Swoosh forever
appreciate
now.
that.
Real
First
Swoosh
quick.
yes.
forever, right?
Real quick, I always want to pay attention to what the people are saying. Thank you guys again for tuning in.
Yes, Terrence
We at almost an hour, but we started a little late. We still gonna flow. Johnny, you don't mind?
is back. No, I'm good, bro.
All
I
right,
see
cool.
all the
Bobby, you
homies.
good? You
Mr.
good, Bobby?
Calderon. That's my guy.
Cool. Cool. So Time Machine Mac, what's up, brother? He said,
Yeah.
"Hey, yo, Johnny, educate the people on a Tailwind 5."
Oh, okay. So he recently put up that post about the Tailwind 5, right? The Skepta collab.
Yeah.
Um Tailwind 5, I do not have it, but a Tailwind 5 is, I'll probably say, my top 5 favorite Air Max. Just
Ooh.
because, yeah, just because the USA colorway, America.
USA. That had
Oh
USA in the
yeah, yeah,
back.
yeah.
Yeah,
It had USA in the back, right?
so it's like the navy blue kind of like textile quilt
Yep.
upper, and
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, so yeah, those need to come back. The last retro was 2017. Um, awesome colorway. I
Yep.
I hold them dear to my heart because I was telling Time Machine today. Um, I think when I got those, I think that following weekend I had a trip to Gettysburg, Gettysburg battlefield, where the
Yeah.
Civil War was fought. So it was like, I had like that moment where it's like you're looking at Gettysburg and I'm looking down, I'm wearing Tailwind fives, and I'm like, America. This is the
Yeah, yeah.
most Fourth of July shoe I'm
Yeah,
ever gonna
yeah.
hold close close to heart.
Funny.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah.
Tailwind 5 get a big rookie Bobby America. So
Funny.
He
yeah,
just asked whether the first shoe with Zoom ever. So you know what's called Zoom was
first
called Tinsel
basketball
Air.
shoe.
Zoom was Tinsel Air, right?
Yes.
So before they branded Zoom, what was the first? I don't know, guys. What was the first Tinsel Air sneaker?
Well,
Not Air
well, the LWPs was the first Tensile Air basketball sneaker. I don't
basketball
know.
sneaker. Yes, overall.
Yeah, overall, but I don't know if it's going to be a runner.
I
I'm
want to say it was
assuming
on a
running.
running shoe.
Yeah,
Yeah, I want to say it was on a runners.
Cole Souls, what up, brother? He said,
yeah.
but Marauder. I don't the Marauder, the Marauder. I don't remember
Nike.
Marauder. I was
Man,
thinking
Marador.
Zoom.
Marador is what I saw.
yeah, I'm
He
not
said
too. I'm
Marauder.
not too sure what would be the first model.
Cole Souls,
Um,
send us. Cole, what's up, brother? Send us a DM of that sneaker, so after we could Showcase it on our messages. Send us that.
Yes, Cole's my DMV brother,
Yep. Yep.
my DMV bro. But yeah,
My, I
what
think
else we
it's
got?
time. I
I
think it's
got
time to do your top 5 silhouettes, brother.
ooh
I think it's
ooh.
that time.
Top
Okay,
five,
you know
top
what?
five.
I was thinking about that. I was like, I don't know about top five silhouettes. I'll give you the top five who make me who I am.
Of
Boom.
course.
Boom.
Okay, so
Boom.
first and foremost, I'm going with
Ooh.
bikinis. These
Mm-hmm.
probably my favorite gym shoe. This is such an awesome design, right? From Sean McDowell to partner up with an Olympic triathlon, right? To be like,
Right.
hey, how could we make a shoe amphibious, right? And
Right.
so you know what I mean? Just how they got the webbing
Right.
they got from the ski. He saw someone qualifying for the skiing event, saw that in the ski suit, wanted to
Right.
implement it, right? And
Right.
you know,
Big test
kukini.
stuff.
Kukini is a Hawaiian word, right?
Yep.
Kukini is actually is means kind of like a Hawaiian runner, like a messenger of the king. You know, that where the king or the chief would see people that kind of excelled in games and running, had endurance, and be like, "Hey, you're the Kuakini. You're taking the
Mm.
messages." You know, and so
Yep.
of course, with that Hawaii in heart, take that to heart. And then with Mark being a six-time champion of the Ironman in Hawaii, you know what I
Mm.
mean. A lot of the inspiration comes from Hawaii. And
Nice.
I know on the original, on the ones he had, and when they did it, they had ports
Yep.
where the water could run through. So he was talking
Yep.
about, you know, in the races, they're pouring water, runs
Yep.
off of them, runs down their leg, runs in the
Wow.
shoe,
Yep.
runs through the shoe. I wish they would come out with that. Why not?
Right.
You know, I
It's a
mean, let
disservice. Why not? Right.
make the shoe for what it is. So Fukinis is going to be my first one, right?
Yep.
Second one, of course, you got your Air Tech challenges.
Your first
I love
Nikes.
it.
Amazing.
They're gonna go. That's the one.
Yep.
I think once that was two. Oh yeah,
Foams.
Foams made me. You can't blame me for that.
No brainer.
Um, that was what was that? Three?
Three.
That's three.
That was
Yep. That was
three. Yep.
three.
Two more.
Yep.
Ooh, 90s. Ooh, 90s.
Those are cool. Those are cool. Under the
No.
radar, I love those, man. Those are super awesome. Yeah, I
Ooh.
love that.
Okay.
So chunky, so sporty and chunky. Yeah, those are awesome.
Such a '90s shoe.
Yeah.
It's because I mean, because right, you're coming off the '95s, right, and then you come off the Michael Johnson '96s. And then these got lost under the radar between the '96s and the '97s. A little, I think
Yeah,
so. I
I
think
think
so.
so too.
But
I
when I
agree.
saw it, there's this is compared to like the '90. It's not knocking the shoe or whatever, but coming out from like the '96, the Michael Johnsons, these are
Right.
so much dimensional and
Yeah.
layered.
100%.
It was like,
Yes.
you know,
100%.
I always mess
I'm
around.
a
I always
sucker for
mess
3M. So just where they place the 3M hits
right. You know,
alone.
with that flux capacitor,
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
gets
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
And so,
That's-
yeah, I
oh yeah.
remember my dad was a 10 and a half. I was a 9. He brought these home, and I saw them, and I was like, oh my God. I'm taking those to school tomorrow.
Nice.
I'm taking
Yeah.
those to school. So I'm a 9, double socket, extra sole. I'm rocking it, and right,
Nice.
and I come home, and usually he never beats me home. That one day he beat me home, and he was like, he looked down, he had his gym bag. He was like, I've been waiting for 2 hours. I got off early. I wanted to go to the gym. I've been waiting for my shoes. I was like,
Uh,
oh boy.
Oh
I was
so
man.
like,
so so both your parents were sneaker enthusiasts. Both your parents.
I no, actually, you know what? And my dad, in a way, you know what? He was more of a wear tester.
Oh.
So I guess you would say so. So I remember he wore Nikes, and then I remember when Asics Gel came out,
Hmm.
he would rock with those and Saucony, like Saucony would come out with something. But yeah, he was basically like a wear tester. He chased the technology.
That's fly.
Nice.
And
That's fly.
my mom just tried to help me out. And she
Memo
did.
for the 96. Memo, you can hold those up. You can hold those up real quick.
I got something better for you.
Okay, what we got?
Brought to you by Capsule,
Hey,
right?
our guy
Yep.
Darren. Darren, what's going on, brother?
I got, if I
With
could open
Capsule,
it.
guys. Look at the Capsule. Look at our episode 2, episode 60 with Darren Lead, owner of Capsule.
So these have kept these fresh.
Ooh, are you gonna bring the TLs? Oh no.
No,
Okay.
Oh, the OGs.
these
Look
are
at that bubble,
OGs.
man. Look at that big bubble. Big bubble
Nike,
butt.
Nike, you showed us what's possible with these Air Max 95s with the big bubble, right? With the seams. We need to start bringing. Yes, that's so
See
important.
that?
That's so
You,
important.
you see how beautiful this is?
That's so
Yeah.
important. That literally makes the shoe. That's
And
so important.
that cool neon color too. Like, you know, that it looked like it glowed in
Yeah.
the. It was like glowing in the dark back in the day.
Yeah.
Come on, Nike. Come on, Nike.
Huge
Look at
Oh,
difference.
hold
that.
on. Oh my
Huge
God,
difference.
this is gonna break everyone's heart
All
right
right, let
here.
me see.
This shot probably.
Is
The
it?
comparison, yeah,
Uh,
it's
uh,
yeah, that's
Ow,
crazy, man.
stab me. Come on, Nike. Come on,
That is
Nike.
wild. You
Oh
know
my
what was
god.
even more disrespectful?
Unbelievable.
You know
Yeah.
what was even more disrespectful? The 2000, what was it, 18 version of this, but like the sole, like this midsole is
It
cut
was
off.
flat.
Yeah,
They tried. It looked like how they make Nike golf shoes. You know how they
I
make
know.
Nike golf Air Max where the Air Max bubble is so thin. They made it. I'm like Nike. What are we doing?
I
Who's
was
giving you
ready
this
to
feedback?
I was ready to storm HQ before it was cool. I was ready to go off on them.
Is those retros the it's
2020.
2001. It's leather, not suede. OG suede, correct?
Yeah, OG is suede.
Okay.
OG is
Look
yeah,
at that.
OG
Like,
is
why would you even think of putting leather in there, Bobby?
suede.
Yep.
Or
Oh, I have
pleather?
another. Well, since we're on this topic, I have that problem too.
Oh,
If it's not like
oh,
I'll end up passing on it. Like
oh.
here, 2015 dead stock. I
Yep.
can't bring my. I don't know. You know why, right?
You gotta
The
reverse
fact
it.
It's
You gotta
it's just
reverse
not the
it.
same.
You
So
gotta
this has just
reverse
become
it.
a. I think when a time comes and I
You gotta
really break
reverse it.
down and need to wear these, I'll probably wear these.
I feel your pain, man, because I'm a
Well,
stickler for that too, man. I feel your pain.
so you remember the 2020 version, right?
Yep.
Black. I kept them in a box for a full year because it was like every time I looked down, it was like, can't do it.
that ain't it.
No,
Yeah.
wait. But OGs is supposed to be gray, but it's gray suede.
No, yeah, but I'm just saying the 2020. This is
Oh,
black.
it's black.
I painted it. Yeah, right.
Yes, sir.
So
Oh, got it.
Yes, sir. Yes,
and then
sir.
yeah, I don't. It's so weird that you were talking about the 96s. I know it's a lot. It's a lot to. I understand the technology, right? The size of the air bubble, blah blah blah. But colors, like we know color palettes, right? So it's like then you have like your 2014, right? Which we were
That's
talking
what.
about.
Oh
That's
Such
what
yeah,
I
dark,
that's
have.
huge,
Yep.
huge
That's what I
difference.
have. Yep.
Yeah.
such darker, but then you do have it more pronounced.
More pronounced, and you got some suede. No, it's
Yeah,
actually leather.
yeah. And then I got these. This is actually pretty cool.
Wait, hold on. Are those your number one? Is that how we cap it off?
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
these are going to be those
Okay.
five.
Okay. Okay.
These are 2002 samples. So this sample, you
Yep.
see how it kind of has like that hard painted.
Yep.
But this one, butter suede.
Yep.
Mhm.
This one, yeah. These are probably this is my favorite air raid right here. This
What year is that?
2002.
2002.
Yeah, 2002. Let me see if we got the
Yeah.
tag. Victorious.
Hold on. Was 2002 the first retro?
Yeah,
Right.
2002. Yeah, yeah. I
Okay.
think you see
Yep.
the
Yeah, old school.
sample.
Yeah, old
Yep.
school.
Yep.
Old school tag. Yep.
Yeah, so those that's basically the jam, man. You know,
Fire,
and
fire,
so it's just
fire.
it's just cool to be a part of this community, man. I never thought it'd be like this big, And
Hmm.
so
Yeah.
what you guys are continuing to do is awesome. I know what you guys have done at the gathering has already created a momentum. We've caught it over here. We've had an awesome opportunity to sit down with some cool people, man.
Talk about that. I know Big Mac. Big Mac, what up? Talk about
Yeah,
how did you and Big Mac, because you guys share on social media, you guys get together on weekends, and then you meet other people, you
yeah.
talk kicks. Tell the audience about what's the movement you guys are creating and momentum you're creating in Colorado.
Well, I'll give credit. I'll give credit to Mac first about that because he was reaching out to people, just talking story with them and seeing if people would want to meet up. And I remember I can't remember his name, but these two guys came out to Colorado to see a game over at Boulder. They wanted to meet up. Mac was just like, "Hey, let's go meet them and let's bring some stuff." And was like, "Okay." And he was like, "Hey, let's." We were like, "Hey, let's kind of create like our kind of like a gathering moment, but kind of like what are you guys about too?" And so we got to sit down with them, talk story, and man, it ended up being like so successful. We were like, "Hey, you know what? Let's just keep doing it and just reach out to people, see who wants to meet up." And man, like I said, we've met some incredible cats where we didn't know what to expect. There was another guy, Ariel Stone, homie Gabe. We met at a coffee shop. Like this first thing, this guy pulls out some like size 15 player edition Air Force Ones, and then he's playing. Then he's taking out like uppers, like just the material uppers of 95s of different stuff. Brings out a Tokyo 95, like 95 samples, the Olympics. It's
I saw
like
that. I saw it. I was like, damn.
this dude's knocking my head off. Like, is this what it's gonna like? Is this what it's always gonna be about? Because if it is, I am all in. And so we've got to meet like incredible people.
That's fly.
Some of the some of the best people we've met haven't even been like kind of like in our space or like curators. They just maybe had like a couple shoes that they've loved and like like in fact, I know a guy he like his love I think what is it? I think it might be phone posits. Kevin, there's a guy, Mr. Nano 303, my guy Kevin. We were talking to him. He was like, "Man, foam posits are my favorite and all that stuff." And we were in a store and I'm pointing to dunks and I'm like, "Hey, what do you think about these dunks and these dunks?" And I'm pointing to like the Tiffany dunks. He's like, "Man, I can't even understand this. Like, I hate those." I was like, I love this honesty. You know what I mean? Because I was like, if you're gonna
Yeah.
say I love them, I love the Parises. I'm like, oh, God. But no, we've managed to meet a lot of cool people and create a lot of like good bonds. You know what I mean? That goes far beyond sneakers. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Um, where we got one of our friends Lamar out here. He's once a month he's getting a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of professionals to get in a room together to network, right? So it's not about sneakers; it's about community, about catching each other's back. And honestly, this whole movement and momentum that we're just trying to ride and create is basically based on there's strength in numbers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Word.
you know what I mean? For people to connect through shoes, through the glue that binds us
Yeah.
is deep. You know what I mean? I know
Word.
I've I'll be open with this and let me see. I know he's not watching right now. But I know there was a dude we met with, right? And this is just going to show you the importance of getting together, of community. He was starting a clothing brand. He was like, "Hey, let me pick up a sweater." And I was like, "Okay, I'll pick up a sweater." He said, "Meet me at 8." And it was around 7. Something told me it was like, "Hey, just go go get the sweater." And I was like, "Okay, I'll go early." And so, mind you, we had a good weekend with him. We talked, blah blah blah, getting in check with him. I'm knocking on the store door, no one's opening. I'm knocking, no one's opening. I'm calling, no one's opening. And then he opens up, and then he was just like, "Hey man, I got your sweater, blah blah blah." And he's like, "Hey, I want to talk to you." And he opens up, And he was like, bro, if you didn't, he was like, I was thinking about committing suicide 5 minutes if you didn't walk through that door.
I saw that story. I think you put a story on that, brother. I saw that.
So it was like,
Damn.
and we sat down, we talked, and it was basically like, I'm not going to go home unless we're good. Out like, we'll sleep in the store if we have to. You know what I mean? Unless you're good, like we're cool. And so he's cool. He's good brother, good heart, and he's doing well. He's doing awesome. But that showed me kind of like the real importance behind, you know what I mean, the connecting. You know what I mean, that
It's deep. It's deeper than
it's,
sneakers.
it's deep, man. It's deep.
Yeah.
And just
Yeah.
just imagine the people you connect with, the people that could help you out, or the people you could help out with. Just because we all share, a
Common
bond.
love.
And
Facts.
so that's what
Facts.
we're doing. We're just trying to get people together to create a space where we could share our passion, but also be there for each other. And
That's what's
it's
up.
going awesome. We have a good circle out here. Like I said, my friend Lamar, he's really awesome in getting us all together and networking.
Yep.
Another brother I need to shout out is my brother Nigel. He has a resale store called Local Love over here, and he's opening up a nonprofit curated thrift store. So basically, what gets thrifted there gets sold and gets dumped right back into the community. You know what I mean? And
That's fly.
so it's
That's
it's
fly.
so awesome. I know I got a pair of these for him. He
Yeah.
reached out and he was like, "Hey, you got some like pieces I could set up like for displays so we could kind of like shows things off." I was like, "Yeah, definitely, I got you." So Nigel, if you're ever in Colorado, check out Local Love, check out For Love,
Right.
come support. Good
Bobby,
brother
Bobby,
stuff.
Colorado's a hop, skip, and a jump for us, man. We in Arizona. What's that? 45-minute plane ride? Hour plane ride, Bobby?
I think
Probably.
so. Yeah, I know it's
I
close
Okay.
don't
by.
know.
Yeah.
No, I need to come to you. I need a vacation from from my clan.
Get out of the
I'm
cold.
I'm coming to you, but if you guys come, yeah, definitely, you guys are more than welcome.
Word. You listen, meaningful story. Bobby, you got anything to say before we wrap this up, man? This is powerful. Powerful.
No, that's powerful stuff, man. Thank you, for sharing all that, those deep stories. And you said it
Yes,
right.
sir.
Building this community one sneaker at a time is very important because it does go deeper.
Yeah,
And some of it, sometimes we need to connect, in some way or form to let other people know that they're not alone or they need
yeah,
some support. So that's good.
yeah. And I wanted to bring that up too because Mental Health Awareness Month, right? And
Word.
so out of all these meetings, like it's not the shoes that we see, it's not the pictures we take, it's the lives we impact. That is the bread and butter. That's the
100%.
the grail of our
100%.
little Colorado gatherings out here.
Right.
And so we're looking forward to continue to keep it going and influence influence this generation. You know what I mean? Just be a blessing and basically just represent you guys. Represent the community.
And
And so
and last thing I want to say, and let's think of a sneaker that we can show, for our cover image. But last thing I want to say is when Bobby and I started Kickstory Podcast, our first episode was January 1st, 2024. We've been working on Kickstory since like in 23, right? And the number one thing that we wanted to do was just be our unapologetic, authentic self, right?
mm,
Because we know that real recognize real, real track real. What
yeah,
I see personally is I don't see that authenticity in what these brands are doing. We grew up with
mm,
authenticity. We grew up with storytelling, right? That connected to us,
stories.
whether you're in the United States, whether you're in Tibet, whether you're in Australia, the stories and the authenticity of people representing the sneakers and the cultures was real. That's what's
Yeah,
missing. That's what's
yeah,
missing. So
yeah,
the youth, my daughter's 19 years old, right? My son's 11. So when I have conversations with them, they can't relate. They don't even know what I'm talking about. They're like, everything's a moment. Everything's a
Dad,
moment,
it's
right?
Dad. Stop using those words.
Right. So thank you because that's Bobby and our main mission is everyone be who you are, be true, be true.
Yeah,
Let's be of service, help people, unless we have a commonality with Kicks, man. We have a commonality with Kicks, and it's deeper than kicks, right?
Yeah,
Good people,
please,
real recognize
please,
real, good people recognize good people. Plain and simple.
yep, please,
Plain and simple.
everyone out there, if you're starting out or been here for a long time, you do not have to keep up with people.
Hell no. Hell
Please
no.
be yourself.
That's
Please love
it.
what you love,
Mm-hmm.
and you go from there. And you go from there.
Facts.
Oh, and another
Facts.
thing I want to tell everyone: don't talk mess about don't knock a generation you don't invest in. I know we talk about all the youth and all that stuff, but unless you're schooling your youth, you know what I mean, or trying to make an impact in your community, okay,
Right.
okay. Other than that, just keep it moving. But
Hundred
but no,
percent.
but no,
Let's
but yeah. Anything else for you guys? I'm
now
good.
let's get a pair of sneakers out. I already
Okay,
planned the sneaker and then even added to it. Go ahead, Bobby.
I'm gonna grab mine.
okay. You know what?
Yo, thank y'all guys. We had a solid like 8 and 9 people that rocked out with us the entire hour and 47 minutes, damn near 2 hours. Thank you guys. Thank you for
Yes,
showing love.
all you guys, J
Yes, sir.
Tess, Josh. That's right.
Yes, sir.
Everybody, every Mario.
Hey Josh. You know I'm a 49er fan, man. I got an Airbnb in Melbourne. I hope to see you in Melbourne, man. We starting week 1. I'm gonna make an Australia trip, brother. I
Oh,
need. Yes,
shoot. Hey,
sir.
that's gonna be a dope trip. I've always wanted to go out there.
Me
That'd be a
too.
dope
Me
trip.
too. Me too. Now I got an excuse. Josh, so I'm gonna make sure
Oh,
we
you know
set
what?
that up so we can figure out how to meet in Melbourne. I'll probably be there for like 6, 7 days, brother.
Oh, I know what I got. I got to pull up. All right, I already got mine.
Yes,
This
sir.
this has to be my
Oh, oh,
birthday.
oh, 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 you know,
You know this.
I already pre-planned what I want to pull up, but it just made it even more. Yo, I'm calling these the Air Marcos. The Air Marcos, man. You have these. These are the 2014s. 2014s.
Yes,
2014s.
sir. Oh
After
man.
that story you said, I gotta represent for Marco, man. I gotta represent for Marco.
Yeah.
So even though the gray is leather, which kills me, which I barely wear these, but the
Yeah.
fact that it's gray, I can breathe.
You could
I
be.
can
Yeah.
breathe because with that black shit.
Right. Hey, as while we're waiting for Bobby, I'm telling you, I have the perfect treatment for a commercial to bring back the raid. Because I'm telling, like, okay, so this is actually true. Like maybe okay, so this is kind of part true, and then we could movie magic it. But Marco, he was a Knicks fan, right?
Oh,
Huge Knicks fan, so you would love him too. Always
Nick's
has
tape.
Stark Ewing, New York for life. And so we're playing in the backyard, right? And so there's like a flower bed over in the corner baseline, right? So he's over shooting, right? And the ball rolls into the garden. He goes in the garden where you're not supposed to. He steps in it, right? And he's like, "All right, from the garden, drains it." And I remember our friend's mom was like, "Get out of the garden!" Right? That's a true story. But my treatment would be basically like say when Marco shot it, right? But pregame would be us getting in trouble, kind of like meeting each other, dapping it
All
up,
right.
playing ball. But when he's shooting, kind of like all these different images of like people of different nationalities playing ball together, getting together, different
Ooh.
scenes from the garden, New York, just like all clips as the ball's going. And then it hits, but then it would flash back to Marco in the garden. Get out the garden. And then when he get up, in the mud or in the
Yeah.
dirt with flowers, it would have that outdoor use only.
That's fire. That's fire.
That along with the story
Yeah.
about the race on Spike, I have a treatment for you if you want to bring these back.
You know
Nice.
what?
I have
You
a
know what?
treatment.
Protect yourself. Copyright that treatment. DM Spike.
Yes, I'm almost ready to take this DJI gimbal
Yep.
and get Jordan and his homies to kind of like play the parts.
Oh my
My
God. That
son,
would be
he'd be
fire.
down.
That would be
Nice.
fire. Bobby, what you
But
got,
yeah,
Bobby?
So I was inspired by the flares that you pulled out, so I'm gonna pull out my flare.
Hey.
is this all of us? Yeah, yeah. This is the one, man. the Flair in the raids. That
Air
is way
Marcos, the
fun.
Air Marcos.
We should. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. We're
Oh, we
definitely
got it.
linking up, Mr. Calderon. Mr. Calderon and Juno Life.
To produce
Whenever I'm
it.
in New York, we're linking up.
Yes, sir.
He just said he's down for the treatment for that shot. But yeah, I would take these just because of everything that I've been through and have overcame. Like I feel like I am ACG,
Yes,
you know,
sir.
and
Yes,
especially
sir.
that, especially being able to take these out to wear Moab's a Moab.
That was sick,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, that was a
That
cool. That was
was
a
that
cool.
was that was a
Cool
Kickstory
picture.
times 10, man. Come on now.
Yeah,
Come
great
on
You know,
picture.
now.
on my way from Cali to drop my daughter off to college, my firstborn, you know. So, you know, it was like with my girls, probably like one of our last road trips, like all together. So it was like emotional, and then just the whole scenery. It probably didn't help that I was listening to what's that movie? Oh, what's that Matthew McConaughey movie where it's kind of like that he has to go in the future and space or whatever.
Oh yeah, Interstellar.
It didn't help. I was
Interstellar.
listening to Interstellar
Yeah,
during my
that
time
movie's
in Moab.
crazy.
So
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the whole drive up Moab, the whole hike, the whole time, I had the Interstellar soundtrack in my ear. Oh, I was a wreck, bro. It was so
Yeah.
emotional. I was so
Emotional,
emotional,
huh?
but it was
Yeah.
beautiful, bro. It was so
That was
beautiful.
beautiful. That was
So yeah,
beautiful.
ACG.
Classic. Classic.
Great
All
stories,
right,
man. Love
man.
it. Love all the
What a
stories,
dope,
dude.
man.
So
Yep.
many layers to it. Like you said earlier, guys, thank you for joining us on the special
Yes,
live with our guy, Ayo Johnny Boy.
Yes,
And
sir.
before we tune out, make sure to go to kickstreetpodcast.com, subscribe to all of our channels, audio, video, all the platforms. Get yourself 20% off Rejuvenator 2, 20% off Kickstreet Podcast 20. That's the code. Use it up. And you could
Yes,
also support
sir.
us directly using PayPal. There's a PayPal link. Any amount will help out. This does take resources and time and energy to produce. Any
Yes,
amount would
sir.
be helpful. If you can't, all good. Just share the content, engage, and spread the word that Kickstreet Podcast is here to stay. All right, guys?
that's right. Here to stay. Here to
Yes,
stay.
sir.
Well, thank
Johnny
you
Boy,
guys.
just for those who just popped in, where can they find you?
Hey,
Yes.
you can find me at Instagram. You can find me at your favorite bakery, your favorite barbershop. No, but yeah, you find me on Instagram under AO Johnny Boy. If you want to chop it up, send me a message anytime, or
Uh-oh.
Up. Oh,
Froze up.
we froze up a little bit.
So
You
to
know
kind of
what?
complete it.
Yeah, we
Okay.
kind of completed the
I
circle.
was gonna say. So you heard it. So check him out. Directly. You're gonna have a link to his page through our
Yes,
post. So
sir.
look for that, guys. And hopefully he comes back. Let's see. We'll wait a couple seconds as we're tuning out here.
Let's
Goatee, anything
see.
you want to add?
Nah, I'm just a pure appreciation, gratitude. You guys rocked out with us. This is a Bobby. I love Bobby. I can literally do an Instagram live every single day. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just so much love and just look at the stories he told, man. Like, look at the kick stories he told, man. Like,
Yeah.
come on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Good
So
stuff. Yeah.
I
It was
feel
perfect.
honored, man. Big Mac, salute to you. Thank you, Mr. Calderon. I mean, Time Machine Mac, Mayo the Spread, J Test, Stoop Life. I mean, Mario. What up, Mario? We got my man Josh all the way from down under. Who else we got, man? J Test. I mean, God damn it. We just had some pure love, Bobby. So pardon, Ayo Johnny, pardon that we couldn't finish off right, but we had almost 2 hours to get it right, man. So thank you, Bobby, my man. We out of here, bro.
All right, guys. Have a good night. We'll see you on the next one. Tune in for season 5 coming up soon. All right. Look for
Yes,
that.
sir. Thank you guys for rocking out with us. Peace.
Later.